So recently I had my birthday. I'm much older now. You know, when you're young, you can't wait to lose your virginity and you brag about who you had sex with and etc. My friends and I, we just compete with each other to see who cannot have sex the longest. I haven't had sex for 2 years. That's it. I have done it for 3.5 years. Oh, that's nothing. I have done it for 5 years. You guys are so amateur. I haven't done it for 10 years. We don't build endurance and resistance in the gym anymore. We build it in the bedroom. One of my friends is engaged for 5 years and he hasn't had sex for 5 years. And another friend was married for 10, separated, and right before he got a divorce, he finally consummated his marriage. We have so much self-respect and self-love, we don't even surrender to our partners. God must be very proud of us, even though none of us is religious. And I also learned, if you want sex, don't get a relationship. There were opportunities, you know, but I'm not gonna sleep with my neighbor just because he lives on the nearest sidewalk. I need a challenge. But he says hi to me every time I pass by him. He's so polite. But my mom taught me well. Abuse is a love language. So I like aggressive men. I like guys who yell at me on the street. Chinese, Korean, Japanese. One time I was just walking home from the grocery store and this guy in a wheelchair yelled at me from across the street. Come here, Korea. My name is China. But I can roleplay Korean for you. 안녕하세요. I learned a couple of Korean words from K-drama. I get it. China is really not an exciting category. When you say China, people think about documentaries about kids starving or working in a factory or both. When you say Korea, people think about K-pop, K-drama. It's so fun and sexy. If I can raise my status in the Asian community by my imagination, I would do it. And also I notice I'm very popular among the homeless population. So I'm gonna continue flirting with them because I like guaranteed results. I'm from China, but after I got my US citizenship, now I have to apply for a visa just to go back to visit China. It's so complicated. They need a lot of forms, documents, lots of IDs, and not just any ID. They wanted my Chinese ID, which I haven't used for 20 years. And then I have my ID at the security officer, and he looks at my ID and looks at me, and he'd be like, "That's not you. You don't look like that." That is me. I just don't have the money right now to look like that. But I assure you, that's me. I'm just much older and defeated. And why are you visiting China? We don't usually accept returned exported goods back to the factory. You must be defected. We're gonna add some tariffs. And since you're defected, we're gonna double the tariffs. And they also need my grandma to write an invitation letter. And it's like they're asking my grandma, "Hey, are you sure I want to see her?" She did leave the house. She's basically an enemy now. And she looks nothing like her picture. She looks bad. And she's very poor. Are you sure you want to see her though? If you're sure, sign and date. We could use some tariff money. I am afraid of dogs because when I was a kid, my grandma's dog bit me. And now I live in PB. I notice a lot of people don't have their dogs on leash, and the dogs always run towards me. Why me? just so you know, Chinese meat tastes really bad. And I'm gonna give you a cold bit. That didn't stop them. But recently, my friend who has dogs told me dogs understand tones. Because when he says, I love you, in a really angry tone, the dog would be like, oh, they did something wrong. And I was like, oh, great. So dogs speak Chinese. I just need to speak Chinese to them, and they'll never come to me. I recently was talking with my white friend about lunch during school years, and he told me he had a sandwich for lunch every day for 12 years. And I was like, oh my, I thought I was abused. I guess I had yellow privilege. Thank you so much. You guys have been great.